I got this. For the Division 1A match between Blue Scuti and SV, let's get started with Sunday Night Primetime in 3, 2, 1, Tetris. Scuti in chat saying, let's go have fun. Clearly, that's what that was. On the left. And I know people get mad that I put Blue Scuti on the red side, but I mean, I'm only following what's in the channel. But yes, on the left, rolling out of the United States with an NTSC PB of a world record 40,264,000. Welcome in the 5-time CTL champion, Blue Scuti. And on the right, a roller out of the United Kingdom with an NTSC PB of 5,984,000. And currently with 5 Tetrises in a row to start game number 1, it is SV, Mr. Sanfon. If it's Cullen as host, probably re-roll his bet. You want 5 Cullen seats? Like, seriously? By the way, SV's perfect run ends at 5, but he will get another Tetris there as he's down stacking to get the right side back in order. Okay. All right, that was aggressive. Dirty Tetris. We're tied at 164,540 points, but now SV, before even hearing me say that, pushes down for 1. I did that in my match today. I heard that I was tied, and I got an extra pushdown point. I think that was the only game I lost in my match. So there's that. 24-5 plus piece drought happening here. There's a bar, though, for the Tetris. Boxay cheering on the pushdown point. And yeah, we are going to get a doubleheader of Blue Scuti tonight, as he is going to be finishing out his season. After this, we'll only have 1 match remaining. And depending on how tonight goes, it could be a very important match between ID Kirby and Alice. Well done, Tyler. Well done. $315 for Scuti, $292 for SV. A little more than halfway through our opening level of 18. We do play 130 lines of 18. We'll follow that by 100 lines of faster speeds, 50% faster to be exact. The levels will continue climbing every 10 levels, or every 10 lines, and you get more points the higher the level, but the speed won't change again until level 29 when it doubles. And then, should the players survive that, it will change one final time at level 39. Or it will double again. And this is a big drought. SV with a dirty center well, not able to take advantage of that long bar. Now it's going to be Scuti's turn to play with this drought. Let's see how he handles it. And he's taking the necessary burns. Does get the board in a workable state. And after 46 pieces, Scuti will find himself with a Tetris. SV with the real-time lead, 385 to 357, but make no mistake, the pace lead belongs to Scuti, as there is 15 lines of difference between the two, which is pretty significant on 18. Can I lower the music by 2 or 3? Let me see. Is it the wrong volume? Okay, it's the correct volume, but if it's too loud, I need to turn it down elsewhere. Let me do that. Oh, yeah, this is like doubly as loud as it usually is. My bad. That should be much better. 500,000 into level 19 for SV. He's going to bang down a Tetris. I don't know why that volume was messed up. 483 for Scuti, so Scuti had the pace lead, but he has since lost it, and SV will now have both the real-time lead and the pace lead as we enter level 19 speeds. 582 to 509. 13 lines of difference. It is closer than the score indicates. Scuti with a Tetris. Both players with fantastic-looking boards. Yeah, audio issues on a Tetris stream? I mean, that never happens. Ask Toast. SV setting up dirty left well. Scuti is catching up to SV. SV will bang down that dirty left well, has another one set up, and will bang down another. 728 for SV, 650 out of Tetris to go to 679 for Scuti. Another Tetris for SV as he reaches the halfway point through the level 19 speeds. Another Tetris for Scuti. It's less than a 2 Tetris difference. Now it's, well, it was less than 1 Tetris difference for a moment, but SV with another Tetris. Scuti has a slight pace lead. And by slight, I mean like a third of a Tetris. It's very close right now. Ooh, T-spin set up here for SV. He's going to wait for it. And he's not getting it. He's still burning, trying to wait for that T, and finally just tucks in the J. We'll see how much that costs him as Scuti is about to hit level 26. He only trails by 5,000 points. There's the T-spin finally for SV. But that hurt his pace enough that Scuti has taken the real-time lead, despite being behind in levels. But Scuti running into a little bit of traffic here on 26. Kind of the same spot that SV ran into it. 946 for SV, 970 now for Scuti after that Tetris. Max outs are coming soon. There's a Tetris for SV. And here we go, 1,021,000 for SV into level 29. Scuti maxes out into 28. SV playing it safe here. Another Tetris. Scuti back in the lead, 1,043,000. SV at 1,040,000. Tetris for SV. He takes the lead. Scuti's into 29. He'll take the lead right back. Oh, this is back and forth. SV currently in the lead. He's ready for a Tetris. Where's the bar? Oh, it comes too late. But he's still set up. Just needs another bar. But he has to burn it down again. Scuti set up. Bang, Tetris. Scuti back in the lead. But SV steals it right back. 1,176 to 1,155. SV having to do some burns here. Scuti is ready for Tetris, but that is a 26-plus Pete's drought. And he finally gets a bar for the Tetris. He's back in the lead. But SV steals it back. Scuti back in the lead. Back and forth here on the 29 speeds. This is phenomenal. Waiting on a bar, but there's another drought, but he gets the bar for the Tetris. SV back in the lead. Scuti looking for a bar now to take it back. And there it is. 1,305 plays 1,294 within 11,000 points. Scuti now a Tetris and change in the lead, but SV knocks down another one. But there's Scuti with a Tetris. Time running out for SV. He's behind in score and ahead in lines. Scuti has taken an 80,000 point real-time lead. And SV running into a bit of traffic here on 37. But gets that left well triple. Keeps it alive, but what can he do? He's back by over 2 Tetrises and only has, well, now by 70,000 points. He's got to set up for 2 and hope that Scuti tops out now. And that's not going to happen. SV going to top out 1,434,000. Scuti takes a thrilling game number 1 to go up 1-0. We'll start in 3, 2, 1. Tetris. This match here is the 8th meeting between these two players for ELO. They also met one time, not for ELO. And that came on Tetris Friendlies back in 2022, where SV took a 3-1 win. You might be surprised to know that these two players play awfully close. In their 7 prior ELO meetings, Blue Scuti has a 4-3 edge. Now, it's been a while since SV has gotten a win on him. But he got a win back in some ELO battles on Martz's channel, of all people. Played 3 times in CTL. SV won the first one back in Season 22, but lost in both Season 30 and 31. They played on CT Gauntlet Ascension, where SV took a 3-1 win. It's been all Scuti since. They met twice in the CTL quarterfinals. Once in Season 24 and once in Season 27. Scuti swept both times. So their last 4 meetings in CTL have gone Scuti's way. SV looking to change that, and the first game was strong for both players. Have I ever used the date filter on the matchup page? Not really, because I don't really use it that much, but I could see a use case for it. Like if someone wants to report on how a matchup went between 2 players in like 2025 or something like that. Scuti is having some issues with his board here. He's not liking what he's seeing. But I have no doubt he'll be able to get this down. SV also not in a great spot, but he's in a great spot score-wise. He's going to bang down a dirty Tetris. He has a 6 Tetris lead, 250 to 115. That is a big lead early. Yeah, that's true. Like, there's not a lot of people that have a ridiculously long history. Like, there's Tetris Time Somalian, there's Cole Cobra, there's a few other ones I could probably name if I thought about it long enough. Dog Andy. Stuff like that. Hey, Tyler! You figured out a rhyme. GG. 330 for SV, 223 for Scuti. No real line difference here, so that almost 5 Tetris lead is the actual pace lead as well. Yeah, watch Anpu start removing features from the ELO sheets. It's going to just turn it all into one big enshittification fest. He's going to turn into, like, ELO Google. Bit of a high board here for SV. He does get the bar over for the Tetris, but if that came any later, that could have been a problem. Put features behind paywalls, yeah? Or just change the features that everyone likes. Monthly subscription to access the player history page. We're approaching level 19 here. It's a 150,000 point lead for SV. $529 into level 19 for SV, 377. A suffer game if I've ever seen one for Scuti. But SV not able to get into the groove here early on in 19. Scuti's going to take a Tetris. He'll pull one back. SV again going aggressive with the dirty center will, and will get the dirty Tetris with the well transfer back over to the right. Scuti set up, looking for a bar. There's a Tetris for Scuti. We can buy a loot crate for a chance at seeing the all-time. So Tyler just wants to purchase Elo. That's all he wants. He wants to buy Elo. Bit of a high board for SV right now. Scuti has been closing the gap while SV's been struggling with this board. It's an 81,000 point difference. Scuti's going to add a Tetris to knock it down to less than 2 Tetrises. And he'll get another Tetris as well. This lead is rapidly disappearing. We'll see if it goes aggressive here. Yes, SV is indeed going aggressive. But there's no bar. 23 pieces and counting on this drought. He does get the dirty Tetris and sets up for another one on row 4. And will score that dirty Tetris. SV has been playing out of his mind when it comes to these dirty setups. Like, he's got no fear today. And it's been paying off, like, every time. He's set up again. Another dirty Tetris for SV. 737 for SV. 725 for Scuti. SV weathering the drought. He will get a Tetris there. Oh my god, 737's a plane. Yes, indeed. Another Tetris for Scuti. Scuti with the pace lead, but not very big one. This was, again, going to be close into level 29. Not as much scoring as last game was. Scuti has a chance to get a max out, but I don't think SV can. SV setting up a Tucker spin. It's going to get a Tetris first. And then we'll find the S and he'll miss the spin. So he just plays one row up. There's the bar. There's the Tetris level 29. Coming up. 896 is the score for SV. Scuti has taken a 100,000 point lead into the transition. And it could be more if he can bang down a Tetris. And there's the bar. There's the Tetris. 1,032,000 for Scuti. This game turned throughout the course of the level 19 speeds. Also, didn't Scuti have a sub 400 into 19? And he maxed out into transition 29. That is just insane. SV with the better board here. Bang down a Tetris. He gets the 1.1. He's only backed by a Tetris. He is ahead in lines, but not as badly as last game. Another Tetris for SV. Scuti finally set up for a Tetris, and then there's no bar. Oh, he hangs the square on the left. He will get a Tetris to take the lead at 1,213,000, but now he's going to have to clean that off, and SV will take advantage with a Tetris. He's in the lead. Another Tetris for SV. He has pulled it back here on level 29. You don't see that too often against Scuti, but Scuti having trouble. He'll get the bar over for the dirty Tetris, but he's still backed by 25,000 points and now has to dig and needs a crucial 5-tap, but he gets it with the bar. 1,352,000 for SV, 1,290,000 for Scuti. Time is running out for Scuti to clean this up. And SV is on level 38, but Scuti's board is reaching the rafters right now. He's still, though, burning this down. Oh my god. And he's just going to throw in the towel there. 1,307,000 will be the final. SV with an impressive 18 and maybe even a more impressive 29 there. We'll start in 3, 2, 1. Tetris. Kingsman says, I wonder what increment would have looked like. Increment just increments spark counter by 1, right? You know, kind of one of the more interesting things about the way the seeds work in Tetris, on the gym card anyway. We discovered a while back a pair of seeds that were one character off, E versus F in the last position. And the pieces were identical for like an uncanny number of pieces before they diverged. I wish I could remember what the seeds were because it was really bizarre. SV improving on his game 1 start, but will take his first burn of the game after 6 Tetrises in a row. I'm going to take this time, by the way, to let you know about our Matcherino prize pool. In the lower right-hand corner, you see that we have accumulated 2s, lots of them, 5 of them to be exact, $222.22 currently in the prize pool. By my standards for CTL, that's pretty low. We can do better than that. We want to get this prize pool up to at least $1,000 as we do every season. But now that we have the $2,000 incentive, which pays out the top 8 players, you know, we're really wanting to push towards that. So next week is the final week of the regular season. You'll have until then through the playoffs and then a couple days after that to get your Matcherino contributions in and help get these players paid. Give them a reason to want to keep coming back to CTL. We're having some amazing games here in this set, and I would love to see that keep going. $303 for SV, $247 for Scuti. Yeah, CTWC is coming soon, and I don't know if you know this, but SoCal ain't cheap. SV gonna commit to some burning here. How much will the line spin? Very nice. And the answer to how much is not much, because he is setting up in column 8. It's kind of funny, because I actually saw a line spin sooner in that sequence, but his line spin was much better. Like, this is wonderful. Tetris Time in chat says, how does one line spin? Really, TT? Bit of a complication here for both players. One player has some holes in the stacks, and the other has a nice big ol' dependency. Scuti actually in a bit of trouble, but he's going to turn it into Dirty Tetris. This game is pretty close. 453 for SV into the 100-line turn. And while Scuti cannot get that much, he will get a 422. Are you serious that you don't know how? You know how the line spins. The second Mino from the bottom is the rotation point, and it always rotates to the left. Even Martz may have done it. Even Macy can do a line spin. May not work out in his favor, but he can do a line spin. 568 for SV, 537 for Scuti. If you know, you know. No, you can't spin a long bar in column 10. It has to be column 9. There's no wall kicks in NES Tetris. Here we go, 585 for Scuti, 637 for SV. SV has been playing extraordinarily well, as has Scuti. Another Tetris for both players, 50,000 point lead. Keep wanting to call SV the Friendlies champion, but I didn't. I still haven't watched the ending of the show yesterday, so I don't know. Don't spoil it, please, if you've seen it. I still plan on watching it. 748 for SV, 717 for Scuti. How far was I first match? $73,000 point lead for SV. We're approaching the halfway point of the level 19 speeds. Another Tetris for Scuti. Also, I think the best moment of what I've watched so far was when Hazel literally got out of the ladder and climbed it after she won. That was so good. I will not be disappointed. Oh my god. Okay, I will watch that. Max out for SV on 25 here. Scuti kind of breathing a sigh of relief after getting that bar over for the Tetris. He has a hole in row 5. We'll be able to get one more Tetris before... Well, he's going to address it from above. Seems the way to go. Did I hear your new track? Oh, I may not have, actually. I will go back and listen. SV here with a wonderful game. Got 13 lines before the kill screen. He's going to get a Tetris with 4 of them. And has the 1.2 as Scuti just barely over a max out. 5 Tetris lead for SV as we approach level 29. Another Tetris for SV. And here we go. Scuti in at 1,111,000. SV in at 1,292,000. Over a 180,000 point lead at the transition. But yeah, Zrola Kenzie was cinema. I mean, that was a great match. Really enjoyed it. Ooh, bit of a king bar there for SV, but not much trouble for him to deal with. He's just got to get that LJ dependency sorted out. Has to take multiple burns to get it done, but it happens. Scuti not really able to take advantage of the situation that SV went through. It's still 120,000 points. And now, SV set up, but it's going to have to burn this down. Oh, he doesn't get the 5-tap. He will get a Tetris, though. And that will provide a relief. He misses another 5-tap. And a third, and he's just going to throw in the towel. Scuti, you're in a chase down. You need D, as in David. 85. And Scuti has all the time in the world here. I don't know if it's quite line-outable. I feel like Scuti would know that better than me at this point. Yeah, I'm not sure this is line-outable. I think he needs a Tetris. Or at least a triple or 2. But he is now back to the bottom and maybe just looking to set up and getting this done right now. He is set up, but oh my god, okay. Scuti's like, I just saw a ghost. But he gets it done. He's up 2-1. Scuti giving everyone a heart attack at the end there, but he will make it all the way to the double kill screen with a 1,411,000. Let's count him down. 3, 2, 1. Tetris. Both these players currently undefeated in the match record column. SV had taken out the rest of the division. Critical Lapis, Floxe, Alice, Akatu, and ID Kirby. Blue Scuti has yet to play ID Kirby, but that will change as he's slated to play next. And these two are the top 2 in the division no matter what. Nobody else can catch them at this point. Critical Lapis has to hope that Alice and ID Kirby beat each other up enough that he gets to stay in 3rd. Of course, Alice and ID Kirby do have an opportunity to get into that top 3. And after tonight, only one matchup will remain in Division 1A. That would be Alice and Kirby. On the B side, we don't have any Division 1Bs happening tonight, so we'll just quickly go over what's going on over there. Alex T has won the division with 40 points. Sidnev, second with 28. Great comeback for Sidnev. Cobra's currently at 22. occupying the number 3 spot, but Cobra has yet to play Hydrant and could overtake Cobra to bring him down to a potential wildcard. 22 points seems like it's going to be enough for a wildcard spot. So I'm pretty sure Cobra's going to be safe for the playoffs regardless. And then Winter and Peak will have to fight it out. Depending on what happens with Hydrant and Cole, Winter has a chance to stay alive in Division 1 for next season without having to play a promotional playoff match. Tetris for SV, he goes into the half at 327. Scuti will Tetris in at 307, so strong games for both players to start game 4. Get a bit of a drought here. It's going to cause some issues for SV, but he's going to look to pull off a delayed burn here, and it does work out. He'll bang down a Tetris. Scuti bangs one down as well. 20,000 point difference. Pulver's Hydrant will be next Sunday, yeah? That sounds pretty good. Be a very important match for Cole. Scuti with a bit of a hang there. And he gets the double tuck. How about that? A double tuck of the square like that on level 18 is a frame perfect trick. You must do it at 30 hertz. Estee getting some good Stranger Things vibes from this song. It's one we've had on here for a while now. It's Prey from White Bat 7. And Bro's already released like 5 or 6 EPs this year, and it's February. It's like, man's a machine. Maybe literally, I don't know. 561 for SV, 522 for Scuti. As both players have been playing level 18 very efficiently this time around. SV potentially with a 670. If he can Tetris out without burning. He might do that. He's already at 653. Oh, yeah, the J into the L tuck. That is a pretty tuck, let me tell you. Another Tetris for SV. He's in at 677. Scuti's in a pretty good score of 616. It's just not 677. Like, that is an impressive transition for SV. Yeah, that's the whole reason why SV transitioned at that score, Floxeg, so that commentator would say 6-7. Tetris for Scuti, in fact, simul Tetris, both of them will bang one down. 64,000 point lead for SV. Ooh, missed 5-tap there. Does get a Tetris, though, so he should be alright. He's going to take advantage of the fact that he does have a lead here and just burn this down. Kind of a precarious board state for SV, and you can see he's taking that seriously. He's not going to mess around. But this has allowed Scuti to pull in within 2 Tetrises. And SV finally going to get a Tetris. Scuti, though, with a bit of a misroute there. I didn't see quite what happened, but now he's got a burn. He's not going to get a Tetris for a bit here. He's down by 95,000. A little bit of frustration showing from Scuti here. SV just playing very cleanly. He's run the lead to 6 digits. He's got another Tetris. And he's threatening to do yet another level 25 max. Tetris for SV. It's not going to be level 25 unless he, like, triples or something. This is a 992 and will go into level 26 at 1,024,000. Dirty Tetris for Scuti. And another off-column Tetris. Some great solves for Scuti there. But now it's time to go to work. The pace difference is 4 Tetrises. Have to do some burning there because the long bar was missing. Ooh, a miss Z-spin there for SV. Gonna get cleaned up quickly, but that will allow Scuti to catch up another Tetris. And there's Tetris for SV and another one. He could get a 1.2 if he's able to find a Tetris before entering 29. And he will. 1,208,000 for SV. Scuti's board a little distressed. He's going to go in dirty at 1,065,000. He almost had that cleaned up too. He's going to have to take a triple though. But SV also kind of not ready to get started on the host scoring here. Level 30. 4 Tetris lead for SV. SV gets us back down to the bottom. Scuti also down to the bottom. SV with a bit of a line-out strat there. Trying to use this 150,000 point lead he has to his advantage. But Scuti's going to bang down a Tetris. SV does as well. 1,317,000 for SV. 1,154,000 for Scuti. He'll add a Tetris. But SV is in control. Scuti is really high. He misses a 4-tap right. He misses another one. And he's going to be done at 1,195,000. He's like, what happened? Well, what happened is you're in a decider. Three, 2, 1, Tetris. You can see both players starting off with the square, and then the Z, and then the square, and then the J, and it will keep on going until the game's over. But what's fun about having the same pieces is watching them do different things with them. Like, that's just kind of fascinating. And the reason, the primary reason we do that is because of the tendency of this game to have long bar droughts, and when you're on a, if you're on randomness, one player could get like a 60-piece drought and the other player would just be playing normally, you know? It's kind of a thing. Scuti going really aggressive here. But burned it down. Set up again. Takes the skim. Looking for a bar. There's a drought, though. He is not ready for Tetris, but gets ready again. But the 25-piece droughts is... you probably don't want to be setting up right now. Scuti is not look pleased. He might be pleased to know, though, that it's only a 2 Tetris lead. 79,000 for SV, 26,000 for Scuti. And Scuti will bang down a Tetris first of the game, 50,000 for him. It's early. You know, anything can happen. So SV hanging on to a 35,000 point lead. Kingsman says, I think the problem is he switched from cola to Dr. Pepper. Scuti abandons the DAS switch there. That support was getting a little too high for his liking. It does eventually get the Tetris. Now SV's turn for the drown. He'll bang down a Tetris as well. 55,000 point lead for SV. Oh my god, is that true? Stolen short sword with the online facts that the last time Blue Scuti had lost in the CTL regular season, December 2024, to Alex Thatch. That's one of those stats where, you know, if you're gonna lose to someone, might as well be the champ. The world champ. He just likes the shirt. Ah, we have a negative O showing up in Scuti's board. I gotta say, I am not accustomed to seeing this level of frustration out of Scuti. He is unhappy with things at the moment. SV currently enjoying a 100,000 point lead here at 85 lines. 314 to 214. Waltman says he can't. He's too distracted thinking about CTWC Toronto. Just about at the 100-line turn, Scuti. Gonna get a bar over for the Tetris. Yeah, I got all the negative pieces showing up. That was a negative J in SV's board for a second. So I'm working this down. It's going to give Scuti an opportunity to get back in this, because SV is not going to be scoring for a little bit here, I'd say, unless he starts going aggressive again, which pretty common from SV. .403 for SV, 378 for Scuti. This game has gotten pretty close. Look at it. This is going to be really close to transition, too. How many squares does the game think SV needs? That's a lot of squares. Scuti will Tetris into transition at 427. A bit of a misdrop right before transition means that Scuti actually has the lead. 417 for SV, but he'll get a dirty Tetris right away. Ooh, a couple mechanical issues there for SV. He's in a bit of a spot here. Scuti with that Z. Ugh. Not going to be able to take advantage immediately unless he decides to left well this. And he does. Left well Tetris for Scuti. And that gets a clean well transfer back to the right. But that's a dirty Tetris for SV. Much to the surprise of no one if they've been watching this match for any amount of time. And SV's got the board fixed up. So after all that, Scuti with an 80,000 point lead. 565 to 485. Both players kind of on the low side of what you'd expect out of their paces. Oh, the Fitz adjustment there. Sam Vitz strikes again. He'll get another pair of Tetrises. Scuti Good looking board here. Back both players. Keeping their stacks nice and clean. Waiting on bars. There's a Tetris for Scuti. Feels like Scuti might have gotten a Tetris with the last bar in the sequence. Okay, there we go. After a 40-piece drought, Scuti will bang another one down. Actually, I don't know if that was a 40-piece drought. I feel like that was a lie. Oh, the Vitz adjustment for Scuti. Very nice. SV, not to be outdone, gets his second Vitz. Bangs down a Tetris. Scuti thought he was going to go for a Vitz, but instead turns into a T-spin. All of a sudden, I mean, this match feels like it's turned into a Vitz off. Another Tetris for Scuti. Trying to hold this lead into level 29. He's got another Tetris threatening a max out into transition. SV can't do that, so Scuti, pretty good advantage. What a bar timing for Scuti there. Scuti's in at 1,008,000. SV will single in at 947. Here we go. Final game of the regular season for SV. Oh, Scuti in trouble. Scuti is done at 1,054,000, but SV also in trouble. Where's the bar? He doesn't get the bar. You have a chase down, you need a 55. And he's not going to get it. Scuti hangs on. In a thrilling 5-game set. What a finish. Oh, I am trying to get the winner scene up. And there it is, your winner of the first match. And also, your Division 1A champion for Season 32. It's Blue Scuti!
Div 4 up to Div 3, only spent 2 seasons as well in Division 2 while going up in Season 29. Survived a relegation scare in Season 29 as well, beat Armstrong 4-0 to stay in Division 1. Did take a 2 or 3 season break, but now has returned for Season 32 and is hoping for a win here today to keep his hopes of survival alive.